for service as a suspicious person.
A suspicious person?
Suspicious that you were waiting in the corner, looked like you were laundering, and just wanted us to check it out. Which, to be fair, I think he arrested a guy about a month and a half ago for robbing the Bahama Mamas.
You're disrupting the business, ma'am. You are, not me.
I'm gonna have you just step out here with us.
For what?
Because we need to talk to you, so just go ahead and step out here with us.
Oh, we can talk right here, right?
I'm gonna have you step out here.
So, what you need?
I don't need anything. I didn't call you,
Well,
sir.
if you don't need anything, you need to leave the building then.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're not here to conduct business, you need to leave.
Right
Am
now.
I being detained?
No, you're not.
Okay, thank you.
Why are you videotaping my office?
I'm an independent journalist, ma'am. Just taking some pictures and video. That's all.
Well, you didn't ask for permission.
I don't need your permission.
I gave you my email address. You can send it to me that way.
Okay. Is there any way to just fill a copy out?
Well, I'm going to say that's going to be the easiest way.
Okay.
Because I can assure you it doesn't work that way here. All of our email is like subject to public records request.
Okay.
You know, there's something about a quiet morning, just waiting for a store to open, minding your own business. But in some places, even that simple act can get you flagged as suspicious. In this video, we witness a man who, despite being a paying customer, finds himself the target of what appears to be blatant profiling. The officers claim it's routine, but the way they question him, push him for ID, and hover over him for simply waiting outside raises some serious eyebrows. Stick around, because this encounter is about to reveal a deeper issue simmering beneath the surface.
All right.
You made a call for service as a suspicious person
A suspicious person?
because you had a mask on. And
Because I had. It's been a lot of pollen out here, and I've been sneezing like crazy.
That's what we said.
Right. So it is voluntary. Do you mind if we run your driver's license to identify you and be on your way?
No. Well, I do mind because I haven't done anything.
Okay.
No, and I
I purchased something from this store. I purchased something from that store. I'm a paying customer, so just to get
That's why I
stopped.
didn't want to, if you're in there purchasing goods, I didn't want to go.
If this was the guy, how about we do this? It's an associate in the store.
Okay.
After I purchased something from this store, I got a Coca-Cola right there in my bag. The woman was walking out. I asked her, what time does this store open? She said, they're normally open by now. Maybe he'll come in a little while. I said, okay, I'll just wait till they come. And I sat here, I waited till the guy came. He came in, he opened the door, he went to the back, he took off over there. I had no choice but to wait because he took off over there. He went inside the store. I had to wait. So you came in, you purchased something. I thought you purchased something. You came back out. I said, okay. I really didn't want to come in behind you because if you were an officer and you purchased something, I don't want to get in your business on what you purchased in a head shop, smoke shop. So, but that was it.
Okay.
And we can ask the associate over here.
I mean, there's no need to ask. So just, like you said, we just got a call for service, and that's it. Okay.
Like I said, we normally ask, hey, if you want to identify yourself, because we like it for a call slip, that we've done a due diligence, we request.
So somebody called the cops on me for waiting for a store to
just
open.
said it was suspicious that you were waiting in the corner, looked like you were laundering, and just wanted us to check it out. Which, to be fair, I think he arrested a guy about a month and a half ago for robbing the Bahama Mamas. So we do have a lot of activity in this area. Burglaries.
But it's a lot of profiling. It's a lot of profiling. A big black guy, I cannot help the way I look. I cannot help that I'm black. And I have a large stature.
To them was the mask.
You know what?
Like
You know what?
said,
I've been stopped at Walmart before. In the middle of the winter. I had a beanie on. The police kicked me out. And they said, oh, you have a beanie on. Oh, we thought you were somebody else who have a beanie. 1 million people. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything wrong. One last time, do you want to identify yourself? Yes.
No, I do not, man, because I did not. I'm a paying
You
customer.
have a wonderful day. Thank you. Just
All right,
make sure
you too.
not to take the Kroger basket because it belongs to them, okay? I just noticed your bag in there, and I just don't want you to get in trouble. I get it if you're just putting.
Did I not say I was waiting right
I
here?
understand. Have a good day.
Boy, this is the racist. Boy, this is the most racist place I ever been to in my life.
Make sure to leave it on the property. Thank you.
What you said?
Sir, have a good day.
Make sure you don't bother me again. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna call the police on the police for harassment. Let me call the sheriffs.
What this video teaches us is more than just knowing your rights. It's about recognizing how routine encounters can quickly spiral when biases come into play. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, remember, stay calm, stand firm, and know the law is on your side. Profiling and harassment thrive in silence. But when you record, speak up, and hold them accountable, you help shine a light on injustice. Let's keep pushing for accountability, one camera at a time. Imagine walking into your own government building, funded by your tax dollars, only to be treated like a trespasser for simply exercising your right to record in public. In today's story, we witness a sheriff deputy and a lieutenant try to flex their so-called authority on an independent journalist, demanding he leave a public space for doing absolutely nothing wrong. But what they don't expect is a calm, yet firm resistance that holds them accountable right on the spot. Stay tuned, because this encounter is a masterclass in knowing your rights.
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm gonna have you just step out here with us
For what?
because we need to talk to you, so just go ahead and step out here with us.
Oh, we can talk right here, right?
I'm gonna have you step out here.
Why would that be? Can I get your name and badge numbers, please?
Yep, we can do that when you step out here.
But why would I need to step out there?
Outside.
Are you conducting business in here?
Yeah, for sure.
What business are you
I would ask that you de-escalate and identify yourselves, please. I would just,
What
you know,
business are you
respectfully, because I don't like the
Go
way
ahead,
that. Sorry, sir.
What business are you conducting here?
Ma'am, what business of that is yours, to be honest with you? And you're not even identifying yourself to me as a law enforcement officer.
My vest identifies who I am. My name tag identifies who
I don't know how to pronounce
So we got
that.
a call. That's fine. You don't have to know how to pronounce it. We got a call.
I mean, I would like
that
to.
you were in here
Do you need to come?
and that you needed to be removed from here.
Okay, and that's what you're trying to do, correct?
Well, I was just trying to talk to you.
No, you're trying to order
I
me to
said,
leave.
No, I said, can you step out here?
And I politely refused, and I said we could talk right here.
Okay.
And so we could lower our voices and not
So
interrupt any
what
business.
do you have here?
Oh, I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
I'm taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Can I get your badge number or anything that
G704 is my badge.
G704
That's
and
me.
your name, sir, and badge number?
I'm Lieutenant Jones, 640.
Lieutenant Jones. Thank you, Lieutenant. I appreciate it.
All right. So, what you need?
I don't need anything. I didn't call you,
Well,
sir.
if you don't need anything, you need to leave the building then.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're not here to conduct business, you need to leave.
I am conducting business, sir. I'm conducting constitutionally protected business, sir.
Okay. Are you?
Did you take an oath? Did you take an oath to uphold the Constitution, sir?
Are you here at the motor vehicle trying to pay your registration, or?
Sure, I'm documenting the motor vehicle as an independent journalist, which is a constitutional right afforded to me under the First Amendment, sir. So, which is the Constitution that you both took an oath to uphold. So I'm respectfully, sir, I don't want to escalate the situation. I'm really just trying to de-escalate it at this time. But you telling me to leave a public building that I help fund, it's violate my rights like that. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the escalation by this officer here. I feel like this right here is disrupting business.
Having to redirect customers.
Yeah, that's your fault, sir. No, but that's your fault.
We're asking you to step out in the hallway so we can discuss why you're here and what constitutional, whatever you got going on.
Well, I don't want to disrupt business, sir. That's not my intention. So I have no problem. You guys can.
Guys trying to conversate right here in front of their doorway.
I know, but technically that's your fault, sir, not mine. Business was not halted until you got here, ironically. So I don't want to interrupt business in any way. I'm trying to de-escalate. I explained to the women why I was here. The woman here at the desk, Sheila. I told her my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video for a story. I told her exactly what I'm doing here. I'm not being suspicious, whatever that means, or, I'm just trying to take some pictures and video of the building here.
Okay. How long will you be doing that?
Until I'm finished with my story, sir. That's, I'm documenting the treasurer's office and the DMV here. Just documenting the ins and outs of it. You are a supervisor, correct? You said you were a lieutenant? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure I knew who I was talking to.
Sir, just go ahead and stay over here.
See, this is what you're trying to do again, ma'am. You're
I
trying.
just said just go ahead and stay over here
You're-
until we get this sorted
you're
out.
trying-
We're not trying to make it worse. We're not trying to.
You are,
make-
because you're trying to tell. First, you told me to leave the building. You're ordering me to leave the
I didn't tell
building.
you to leave the building.
You told me
He
to.
told you to the building. I said, can you step outside into the hallway?
Yeah, when I told you no,
asked you.
no, yeah, you asked me,
Okay.
and then when I told you no, you became very assertive and
Because
tried to
there's
tell
people
me.
trying to get in here here trying to do business and you're disrupting.
You're disrupting the business, ma'am. You are, not me. And when I'm trying to walk away freely, you're telling me to stay here. So I'm gonna have a legal question for you right now.
Because we're trying to figure out what's going on right
am
now.
I being detained?
No, you're not.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all I need to hear. You know, it's officers like Officer Husar. I'll just say that. It's officers like her that give law enforcement a bad name. And look, we have 2 more sheriffs arriving for a man with a camera. Don't understand. I'm such a threat. You need to have 4 law enforcement officers, armed law enforcement officers here. Hey, sir, how are you?
Not too bad yourself?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
My name's James Garcia. Badge number 776.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. And your name and badge number, sir?
It's Deputy UMAC. Badge number is 849.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys.
What's
Thank
your
you.
name?
My name's Sean.
Sean? Nice to meet you, Sean.
Nice to meet you, sir.
You guys want to come in?
I think we're just waiting for Lieutenant.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great.
What's your today, sir?
Oh, I'm just taking some pictures and videos, sir. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video of the Treasury Department here and just the whole building in general, actually. I'm just working right here. So,
How long you been a journalist?
Going on 2 years now.
Oh, how you like it?
I love it. I love it. I honestly love it. Does it pay well? I guess so.
Okay, that's good.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's more about doing what you love, right?
I got you. No, fair enough. I mean, law enforcement don't pay that great, but I loved it. So
Yeah, it's more about doing what you love.
Exactly. Right on. So with independent, do you like write stuff and then like give it to?
Yeah, it's more video format, and I'm independent, meaning that I have my own platform, so I post my stories to my own platform for public consumption.
Oh, okay, so like YouTube or something like that?
Yeah, YouTube, all the social medias, definitely.
How long you've been doing that for 2 years?
Yeah, for 2 years now, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So you get like paid through YouTube or something like that?
Oh, yeah, YouTube, other various social media, you know.
Right on.
Exactly, yeah.
And I was talking to my wife.
How long have you been a law enforcement officer?
Let's see, April's gonna be 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so not too long. Not too long at all. And I was recently talking to my wife about it. She does real estate, and she's like trying to blow up her social media.
Yeah, it's important.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I could maybe get some income out of this. And I was like, well, how many viewers do you need to actually like monetize?
So in order to get monetized, you need to have on YouTube. In order to get monetized, like anyone can have a YouTube channel, right? But in order to get monetized through YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of watch hours and a certain amount of, I think it's like 4,000 watch hours, and then a thousand. No, just in general, just in total,
okay, gotcha.
And then 1,000 subscribers, and there's one other. Don't know, but 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. There's one other thing I think, but I don't remember.
I imagine that.
But yeah, it does take time. It does take time. For me, I was actually pretty blessed. Yeah, I've already hit that level. I hit that level a long time ago. You know, I've been very blessed and fortunate, so it's been.
That's good.
I assume since it's out of state,
it's been very good.
That's where all the money is nowadays.
Yeah, social media.
I mean, like 16 years old and they're millionaires from like video games.
That's not me, but I do see those. My son watches, this kid who opens
Brian's Toys.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes,
like,
that kid.
Like a zillion.
Yeah, millions. Or I also have a 10-month-old, and he watches this YouTube channel called Miss Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so Miss Rachel, she speaks very clearly, and it's like a very a baby show, like toddler show, and I think she makes like $700,000 a month.
Well, that's how
a month.
Blippy, right?
Yeah.
That's how Blippy got his start.
Oh yeah.
He's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think Nickelodeon. He's on everything.
It's insane. It's insane. I can't fathom the amount. I'm like, and when you're doing stuff for kids, especially small kids, it makes a lot of sense because what are the parents are doing? They're putting Miss Rachel on over and over and over and over again.
Constant views while they're busy, cooking, cleaning, doing everything else.
Yeah, she was a preschool teacher, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I saw like a little interview she did. But she was a preschool teacher. Now she's some famous YouTube star. I'm not there yet, but
hopefully someday, right?
Hopefully someday. That's the goal. That way we can affect some real change.
I gotcha.
For sure.
Are you like trying to get some change around here or something?
Yeah, just change in government in general.
Okay, I gotcha.
That's basically it. Change in government in general. Excuse me, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Ticket somewhere.
That I couldn't tell you.
I haven't seen anybody take a ticket, sir. You can talk to Sheila.
You live local?
No, I don't actually live local now. No. But yeah, listen, man, Garcia, your de-escalation technique is great. Great. You know, very commendable, you know. There's no, and I don't really think it's a technique. I think you're just a good person, right? I think you're just, you know, you're just having a good conversation with me, right?
There's nothing wrong with talking to people.
No. I mean, it's
nice consensual encounter here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Some officers, they don't, I've run across some officers that don't really do that too much.
I got you.
know?
All right, if you don't mind, the ladies around here said if you do take photographs or videos of them, to not post them in any manner or anything. Okay?
Oh, my intention is not to record it by individual.
And then also just don't disrupt the business, okay? Don't
Yeah,
interrupt the
definitely not doing
customers,
that.
Don't interrupt anybody like that, because then, you know, obviously you'll be breaking the law at that point.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. I'm not about breaking the law, Lieutenant.
Appreciate you, man.
Garcia, nice meeting you, sir.
Hey, stay
You have a
warm
good
out
one.
there.
Thank you.
Did you make them mad or something?
Excuse me?
Did you make them mad or something?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, because they called us back for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you need to talk to the county clerk because I went in to do a open records request,
Okay.
and she said, "Why are you filming?" And I told her, "I'm an independent journalist, ma'am. I'm just documenting my process of." And she got really upset.
I got you.
So I guess she called you guys back. And you guys have to come back. You could just tell her on the phone, like,
No, it's part of our job, man.
Yeah.
We gotta show up, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just, you know, all we get was, hey, go back to the building for a removed subject. We don't know if you're irate. We don't know if there's a fight breaking out. We don't know what's going on. So we come to check. Obviously, I pull up. You're outside. So technically, you're not in the building anymore. So we don't need to remove you. So
Yeah.
he's just gonna go inside, figure out, you know, what's going on in there.
yeah. So I'm gonna go back inside too. I want to see what's going on too, because I don't want to. Watches our videos. He supports them. It's really, really, really nice.
So you from around here?
No, I'm not from around here, sir. I'm from Long Island.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
East Coast?
East Coast, yeah.
You ever been to California?
Never.
Never?
Never once. Never once.
weather.
I'll head out there eventually.
You ever been in Alberta before?
I have.
That's good.
I when I was in Utah. That's the first time. That's the first time I ever had an Alberta.
You're at Whataburger?
Huh? No, never had that.
There's that big debate on which one's better.
Yeah, I gotta try it then.
You know, I think In-N-Out's better, but some people swear Whataburger is. So.
For sure, I definitely have to try it.
So you live out in New York, so you just like going.
I travel the country. Yeah, I'm an independent journalist, so I work for myself, and I just travel the country and I document different government buildings and do open records requests for public information.
Okay. So you just do
salaries.
That, like, just kind of stop and.
Yeah, exactly.
Just do that at random cities.
Yeah, just random cities across the country. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
yes, sir.
there's nothing illegal about it.
Exactly. So. Especially when I try to be the nicest person I can be.
I mean, I think people just, you know.
Yeah.
Today's world, man, I think people just get uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I tell them exactly, you know, and, you know, I can't control people's feelings. That's why I try and de-escalate it. So I'm like, hey, you know, the county clerk, that's why you're here again. The county clerk, she's like, you know, all I did was do this open records request. And she's like, what are you recording for? But like aggressive, like not to the point where she's worried. It's more of a point. It's more to the point where she's offended that she, you know, it's not a worrying thing. It's not like she doesn't think that I'm going to come in there and do anything crazy. She's just like, how dare you record in my office? I said, well, ma'am, this is the people's room. This, you know, and that's what I'm trying to.
So does this happen often though?
Yeah, unfortunately it does. Unfortunately it does. You know, the government workers, they think that. A lot of the time, unfortunately, they're like, this is my office. And ma'am, respectfully, this is the office of the people, you know, the taxpayers. You know, you should, and it's not a good thing. Like, she didn't set a good example for her, for her county.
So are you driving from, like, New York? And
no, not drive. Sometimes I drive, so if it's close, or I fly, yeah.
You flew out here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where'd you fly into?
I flew into Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Mm-hmm. Kansas City. Yep.
Then would you rent a car? And
Yep.
Out here?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Everything good here? Yeah. What kind of cars you rent?
Lincoln.
A Lincoln?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Be on the lookout for a Lincoln now.
You gotta look out the West Coast, man.
Yep, for sure.
And then Alberta.
Take care, guys.
Let this be a brutal reminder. If you bow down to power, you'll get crushed. But when you stand tall, even the biggest badges shrink fast. They work for us, not the other way around. Never beg for your rights, demand them. Film everything, challenge every order, and expose every tyrant. Because the moment we stop fighting, they win, and we will never let them win. What happens when the very people sworn to uphold the law become the ones who twist it to avoid accountability? In this explosive encounter, a citizen tries to file a legitimate complaint, only to be stonewalled, shadowed, and treated like a suspect. Watch as the truth gets uncomfortable for the Issaquah Police Department and see how thin the line really is between public service and abuse of power.
Oh, hello again.
What's up?
Good to see you. So, I need to file a complaint.
Okay.
And I'd love to do it in writing if that works. I mean, I know you guys...
I gave you my email address. You can send it to me that way.
Okay. Is there any way to just fill a copy out?
Well, I'm going to say that's going to be the easiest way.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say you don't want to identify yourself.
I don't.
Okay. That's going to be the easiest route.
Okay.
Because anybody that's going to take a complaint that I have to pass up to administration, they're going to want to know who you are.
Weird. So you guys don't usually take anonymous complaints?
You can take an anonymous one, but like, what do we do with it? We don't know
I can
who's
give you an
making
email.
the complaint.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Send me an email with all the information you want to include.
Okay.
I'll pass it on to administration.
Okay.
That was kind of what I said to you.
Just you?
Yep. I'm the sergeant in charge of the city.
Oh, shit, that's a small area.
We go from me to the patrol commander is the next person.
Okay. And then
I believe he's already gone for the day.
Already gone. Okay. Shit. Okay. Can I ask, why are they following me?
Who?
There was 4 different police officers following me. Is there like what's the goal, I guess?
What's the goal?
Yeah. I mean, I know they want to find out why. Like what? There was no crime committed, right? Like what do they want?
Committed?
Yeah.
I follow people all the time. See, I mean, I explained it to you just like this. When I started as a new cop, I remember like as a kid, I was told like police officers can't do certain things. Like if I make 3 left turns, they can't follow me anymore. All that's BS, right?
Right.
We can follow anybody we feel is suspicious.
Right.
Now, wearing sea goggles, a mask, or a fake hair, a fake beard,
Yep.
seems suspicious. I don't know what your goal was today. I don't know if you're making a news story. I don't
Yep.
know if you have some other ulterior motive.
Yeah.
It seems suspicious. We have a big business in town that's calling and complaining about
Yeah.
you. We just due diligence, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to identify yourself. You don't want to really explain what you're doing,
Right.
which is your right.
Yeah, but like that would
It's
be like
also
anybody.
our right to do our job.
So if I ask you guys, because if you see it from my perspective, I've committed no crime. There's one female officer that, in my opinion, right, it's all subjective, should not have a badge and a gun. She's not mature enough, right?
That's your choice.
Which is why I want to write it down. There's no way I can write it down.
We don't have a written complaint form, no.
Okay, there's nothing I can do to.
You can, like I said, you can email me, you can create a fake account, send it from there, I don't care.
Right.
You can get it to me that way. There's
Okay.
ways to be anonymous online, I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
Right.
Send me a complaint, I will forward it on to the people that need it.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not trying to be disrespectful
No.
in saying that, but we don't have a complaint form I can just hand you and write out.
Okay. I just found that if it's not in paper and if I don't get a copy of it, it never happened.
When do you say that?
Well, it's happened 3 times.
Okay. Well, I can assure you it doesn't work that way here. All of our email is subject to public records request.
Okay.
It's official business when it comes to my business account that's on that card.
So can I ask this then? There's an RCW and a WAC that covers who needs to take a public records request and in what forms. You guys just don't get training on it then? Is that right?
All records requests go through our records department.
Okay. So they just don't have a unit for it?
If you were asking me you were in a car crash on the street,
Yep.
you're like, I need a copy of this. I'm going
Yep.
to send you to our records department.
Interesting.
That's how it's always worked here.
Interesting. Okay. If I may, 42.56 might be worth looking up.
Okay.
Just a little feedback there. And so you guys it must be just a slow day, I assume.
Slow day?
Yeah.
We happen to have a lot of cops working today.
It's just a lot of, okay.
You picked the wrong day.
No.
No, I'm just saying,
yeah.
that's how I'd explain it.
Okay.
Normally, we do not have this many officers working in the city. You got lucky today.
I mean, there was probably...
A lot.
There was a lot. Yeah, a lot of money.
A lot of officers that didn't have a lot going on at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's interesting. I just, when I see, I guess, as with anybody, right? Because for me, I mean, public service is like the highest thing. It should be an honor, I would hope, right? But when I think it's a behavior thing, and when I see her following me, you know, a lady with a gun and she's got a chip on her shoulder, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
Why does that bother you?
It bothers me because let's say she had no badge, no gun. There's somebody following you. You'd be like, what the fuck? You'd start taking 3 lefts. You know what I'm saying?
But that's different, right?
Right.
You're looking at a marked patrol car, person in a uniform.
That doesn't.
Any reason to believe she's not a police officer?
Oh, it doesn't matter if she's a cop. She could
What
be a
did you
dirty
say?
fucking
Do you have
cop.
any reason to believe that?
I believe she's dirty. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right?
Your opinion.
Absolutely my opinion. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not, and it's not to be comfort, but it's kind of like, what in the fuck is, why are these? It was multiple, and I'm like, why are you following me? It's weird. They're not very good at it.
It's not meant to be really good at it.
Also, it was just supposed to be visible.
What do you want us to do? Hide?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just didn't understand the. When I think of, like, for example, if there's crackheads walking down the street, cutting off catalytic converters. That's where the police should be, right? If there's people.
It's not really happening anymore.
This is not happening here.
No.
Or okay, so it's just a low crime, high employee time right now.
Today.
Okay.
You're lucky.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so can I get I just have your card in my back pocket. I don't have a weapon. Can I grab? It says case number and a
1121 right here.
In the watch commander. His email, if you have that.
It's going to be 25 dash 00301. Our patrol commander, his name is Travis Anise. And if you need just 1 second, I'll get you an email. The last is Neese.
Okay.
I believe that his email is going to be Travis and same. I mean, if it's easier, it's just the same as the end of mine, the issaquah.gov.
Perfect.
Or if you need it spelled out, I sure can.
And because I just need to submit a records request. 301, is that the initial complaint, and then was there a secondary one after that?
There's a follow-up, I believe, also.
Okay.
1121. Can you give me the follow-up also?
Was it just for those units, just to show what they're up to?
309.
309.
Same numbers, but 309. Now, I mean, just to throw this out there, I believe the reason that we always send you to records is there's a charge for those reports.
Okay.
But you'll find that out when you talk to them.
Okay.
That's how I always explain it to people. I think it's nominal charge to pick the paper up.
Now, I know, like, I come off like an asshole. People don't like me,
About it?
and just
I've got to talk to many people in similar situations over the years that I've worked.
See, and I think it's one thing. Nobody's completely objective. Like, I understand every piece. You're just a human being, right? Like, obviously. But I will say this: in case it comes out and people are gonna call. People are gonna give feedback. You know what I mean? Like, It's one of those things. I hope you don't think it's not going to be one of those things that's edited. You know what I mean? Like, I think I try to give as objective of an encounter.
What you do. I mean, I've dealt with people worse than you, so.
No, I'm not trying to be.
Whatever you do with your video footage is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I just don't want I don't want you guys to think that, like, I'm editing, I'm doctoring just to make you guys look good or bad. You know what I mean? It's just an objective reality of this is what
So where do I go look for it?
If you look at Auditing Liberty.
Auditing Liberty. Got
Yep.
it.
So you'll obviously, comments are nasty. That's no, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean. I will
I've been
say.
in this job long enough that I don't really care anymore.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sure. And by no means, I just for some content. I don't hate police officers, by any means. But I will say, I think that if it's helpful, just a little bit of feedback, because I know that I have to write this up, right, and send it in. But I did appreciate, you came in, shit just calmed the fuck down. Like, there were so many of these guys there. You know what I mean? Yep. And you can't, I don't know how you calmed, you just had better understanding of public right away, or at least you sat there and thought about it for a second and said, hey, let me look this up. I don't know. But if I may give some feedback immediately, that might be a good thing to do. They just didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, she was hot.
Sometimes people learn things over time, right? That's normal humans and police officers. But, like I said, you have an agenda. I don't know what that is.
Yep.
But you have your own. We have to do our job also. So try to see in the middle.
Oh, absolutely.
There's there's things that I have to follow. I try to do that to the best of my ability, right?
Absolutely. And there is no badge number for everybody, right?
No, there's badge numbers for absolutely everybody.
Okay, so they just don't, there's not like an identified policy?
I don't know what that whole interaction was. Do you need badge numbers?
In this case, for her, she was obscuring her name tag and wouldn't state it.
I know she gave you her name.
She did not.
Last name is Steinman.
It is Steinman?
Yep.
Okay.
Badge number 1256, if you want to write it down.
Thank you. And it was the I can't see very well. Like genuinely, like goggles or not, I can't.
Rid of the goggles.
I can't see very well.
Get
That's
some
the whole.
glasses instead of ski goggles.
But no, I have glasses on. Sorry, you said 11.
Steinman.
I have her here. So this time
1256.
Okay, and it was just she had you'll see in the video as well. She just had a pen on, a pen light or whatever, so it was difficult to see. And yours is very clear.
Happy to let you look at it.
No,
you should have one.
I should have one. A lot of people go, "Can I get a business card?" They don't understand the Fourth Amendment. You can't explain to everybody, right? But yeah.
So I'd ask one last time. You don't want to tell me your name?
No. You can call me James.
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 You need anything else today?
No, thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Let this be your wake-up call. If you don't know your rights, they'll gladly walk all over them. But when you stand firm, armed with knowledge and a camera, you expose the cracks in their system. Remember, power unchecked is power abused. Keep pushing, keep recording, and never let intimidation silence your voice. Accountability starts with you.